Hello, how are you today? This is Bong Soo-jung, Korean labor attorney. Today, I like to talk about what the foreign company need to establish Korean entity, also how they want to operate. So I have a special guest who have been working in this kind of work. So she is a very special professional the advisor for such a foreign invested companies. So she want to ask me some questions regarding such issues. So would you ask me your question? Then I'll be happy to show my opinion.
Hello, nice to meet you, Mr. Chung. I understand you have been operating the labor law firm for almost 20 years. And I am advising many Korean and foreign companies in terms of localizing their business in Korea or in foreign countries. And today I would like to ask you a couple of questions, especially regarding the foreign direct investment. I understand that Korean government is trying to attract many foreign direct investment, especially in terms of bringing some foreign companies in the area of biotechnology or deep tech area to establish business in Korea. So my question, the first question is, if I am the CEO of a foreign company, if whether it's in US or in the Europe, I will be most concerned about how the labor law is operating in Korea, especially in terms of if I want to send a management personnel to Korea, what kind of employment condition or labor law would affect for that foreign expatriate? And the other second question is, in case I need to employ local labor force, what kind of labor terms and conditions do I need to consider in order to employ those local employees?
Okay, it's okay. You ask too many questions, even though it's two questions. So first one, if they establish the Korean entity as their branch offices, then they want to send their manager so they can work in Korea. In this case, you have to consider, you have to get the work permission. So in that case, if the manager is working as a Korean branch manager, then your company needs to have the visa. It's we call T8 visa. It's investment visa. So when your company become bigger, maybe your some executive or direct Korean manager can be, they have a T8 visa, it's investment visa. But if you want to send some like the section manager or working level managers, in that case you have to assign the person as a T7 visa is a overseas assignment visa. So in that case you can invite your own co-workers from head office. Also you want to hire Korean staff. I think just you respect the Korean market. So as long as you pay good money based on Korean living expenses or your rival company's salary level, then you can hire some eligible people. Also, what you need to consider is your company's direct investment from your head office in your country. So that means according to the Labor Standards Act, labor law like such as termination is applicable to the company that hired the 5 workers or more, but foreign company, they applied the labor law without their number of workers in Korea, because it includes the employees working in abroad. So that means even though you hired one or two, but your workers will apply to all conditions by the Labor Standard Act. So some legal aspect you have to consider is our legal system is a little different from America or British countries. So we have very strict Labor Standard Act. They are compulsory conditions. So even though employment contract, based on employment contract, employee agreed, but certain condition is lower than the standard provided by Labor Standard Act. Such a condition is null and void, such as the law, the minimum wage, then the minimum wage level, then company should pay additionally. Also, when employee work overtime, like a company should consider overtime pay, especially termination case. We are strictly protected for their employee. So when they are fired, then they can take a remedy claim to the Labor Commission. But if we are from the British American company, there are no such the remedy claim. Unless that is discrimination cases. But in Korea, any termination workers can take a remedy claim to the Labor Commission. Labor Commission is a kind of labor court. They are handling the case very quickly and also professionally. So you have to respect the Korean labor law. Also, even though you assign your your national, if you are invested from America or the British, then when they work in Korea, then Korean labor law is applicable to them, because we are following the principle of territory the advantage. I mean, so Korean labor law is applicable to any person working in Korea. So you need to consider such the area, then maybe you can do your business successfully in Korea. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your detailed explanation. And I want to add one more question.
Okay. Yeah.
You have explained about the full-time employee, about we sending the expatriate, and also employing the local labor force. But I understand that the Korean labor law is very strict, especially in terms of the termination of the labor worker. So in order to avoid that strict law, in case I want to I want to hire some people, Korean labor force by part-time employee. In case of part-time employee, is it more flexible to terminate the work? And also, how does the labor law apply in case of employing the part-time workers?
Yeah. So in order to manage your workers, also if you find that they are not eligible for the certain job, then you can consider termination of their work in Korea. In that case, usually when you decide to hire someone, it's very much required to set probationary period for 3 months or 6 months. Then it's much easier to terminate their workers. But if you hire them without probation period, it will be very difficult to fire. So the company you need to see how your co-workers work well or not. Then fixed term period is very good. But also if you hire the part-time employee, so important is you need to consider the fixed period, like it's a 6 months period or 1 year period. It's very important. So also if you hire less than 15 hours per week, then they'll not be protected from the unfair termination. So my suggestion is you need to introduce probationary period. Also, if possible, you need to introduce a fixed term contract. Also, if you need a part-time, maybe you can hire very certain, maybe very extremely short working hours per week. Yeah. So these are some examples how to prevent any potential risk. So if you find them very good, then you can keep hiring them continuously. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your detailed explanation and your consultation. And I will carefully consider about this today's discussion and whether I can establish company in Korea. And I hope that Korea can attract many foreign companies for direct investment.
Okay, thank you for joining and asking. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
아유, 고맙습니다.